Good evening. Today we are going to tell about something about the microarrays and its application in drug discovery and toxicology. And coming to the outline of the lecture, what I am going to tell is the history, then introduction, then types of the microarrays, principles of microarray technology and its application, and microarray in drug discovery and toxicology. Coming to the history, microarrays technology evolved from southern blotting in the 1975. During 1991, that's the photolithographic printing was discovered in 1994. First cDNA collections were developed in 1995. Quantitative monitoring of the gene expression pattern with a complementary DNA microarray was detected. And 1996 commercialization of this microarray was done, and 1997 genome-wise expression and monitoring of these microarrays were done. Of course, in 2000, signature of these cancers were identified, and 2003, so it was introduced into the clinical practice, and 2004 whole human genome on the microarray was found. And coming to the introduction part, array means an orderly arrangement of the data in columns and rows, or a collection of features of two-dimensional grid. So the spots and the features of these are small area on the array slide containing NL or PM of specific probe is there. Examples are the DNA genes, protein AB, chemicals, drug molecules, or cells. So coming to the microarrays, it's a multiplex technology. It consists of an arrayed series of thousands of microscopic specific spots of probes fixed in a defined space on a solid support in regular pattern. That's about the microarray, the definition. Coming to the introduction, microarray provides a medium of hybridization of known with unknown DNA samples based on basic pairing rules and automating the process of identifying the unknowns. In general, the microarrays are described as macroarrays or microarrays, the difference being the size of the deposited sample spot. Here, the micro or macro, only the sizes of deposited on sample spots only matter, and microarrays contains the sample size of 300 microns in diameter or larger and can be easily imagined by existing gel and blotting scanners. Then the sample spot sizes of this microarray are very typical, less than 200 microns in diameter, and these arrays usually contain thousands of spots. And microarrays require specialized robotics and imaging equipment that generally are not commercially available as a complete system. Yes, it's the Affymetrix microarray chip, and how it's the points are dotted here and other things you can see. So the microarrays are as experimental tools, and these allow rapid analysis of thousands of chemical, biochemical, genetic, or pharmaceutical tests in a parallel, and particularly used in drug discovery and also relevant to the field of biology and chemistry, and allows the rapid identification of active gene compounds, antibodies, proteins that modulate particular biological process. And coming to the types of the microarrays, and depending upon the material placed on the slide of the microarray, it can be called as, if the DNA is placed, then DNA microarrays. It's a very widely used term. RNA microarrays and protein microarrays, cellular microarrays, chemical microarrays, and also microfluidic microarrays or microfluid cell culture arrays are there. So coming to the principle of the microarray technology, a strategy is equal to dot blot assay. Simply dot blot assay. It is a mixture of containing the molecules to be detected is applied directly on a member as dots. This is then followed by the detection with probe of hybridization. In microarrays, a series of probes are immobilized on chip slides simultaneously and hybridization with labeled mixture is detected using monochromatic laser light. That's how it is detected. Yeah, here you can see the flow chart of the strategy of microarrays. It's a core technology. Array probe will be there and label samples will be the label samples. They are the target, and hybridization will be done. Then hybridized arrays will be scanned and the images will be found, and these images will be quantified. Ultimately, we'll get the raw data of arrays. And the DNA microarrays, coming to the first one, that is the DNA microarrays. So these are also known as DNA microarrays and DNA libraries plus polymerase chain reaction and hybridization. And the DNA microarrays, there are two types: spotted microarrays, oligonucleotide microarrays, or it's also known as DNA chip. So this allow simultaneous measurement of the level of expression for every gene in genome, that is to compare pattern of gene expression. Microarray detects mRNA or rather than the more stable cDNA. So the method of probe fabrication of the chip is the all individuals genes obtained from the gene libraries. Example, all 6200 gene of the yeast genome, they are amplified by using the polymerase chain reaction technique. Then they are spotted on ordinary glass or microscopic slide. Each spot is about 100 micrometer in diameter. Spotting is done by robotic printer, contact or non-contact type, and fabrication is complex and potentially expensive work. And robotic printing is like that, just like a what you call as our inkjet printers or the color printers which use the technology of the ink. Like this, the right side you can see the equipment which is robotic, used for the robotic printing. And sample or target preparations are like this. Example, if you choose a yeast like Saccharomyces cerevisiae, grow in aerobic and anaerobic, both environment you have to grow, then different genes will be activated in order to adapt to each environment. Then the mRNA is extracted by using buffer solution. Convert this mRNA into colored DNA or cDNA, because it need to be identified by its color by fluorescently labeled with CYA3 and CYA5, and this mix this cDNA together in equal amount. Then the step is hybridization. Hybridize cDNA with arrays. Each cDNA sequence hybridizes specifically with the corresponding gene sequence in the arrays. Wash up unhybridized cDNA, and later the scanning up of the microarrays is done. So this is the scanner, very similar to that of a customized scanner. Then laser scanning or image analysis is done here. You can see that a virus or any samples are isolated like sample A and B. They are clubbed with cDNA generation. Then labeling of the probe by reverse transcriptase enzyme. They will be tagged with a fluorescent tags, maybe the color tags, and hybridization to array. Later, these are pasted on a slide which are read by the scanning, and later they are reflected over a screen, etc. Then coming to the principles of microarrays, principles are like this. Okay, the principle of microarray is a combination of two or more very micro molecules to form a hybrid on the slide, and later this is detected by a very specialized scanner and projected. The gene expression is a sensitive indicator of the toxicant exposure diseases state and cellular metabolism, and thus represents a unique way of characterizing how cells and organisms adapt the changes to external environment. The measurement of the gene expression levels upon exposure to a chemical can be used both to provide information about the mechanism of action of a toxicant and to form a sort of genetic signature. It's a sort of genetic signature for the identification of toxic principles. The DNA microarrays help to know the gene expression patterns in normal cells and tissues, differential gene expression patterns in disease, gene expression patterns in pathogens, and also the gene expression in response to drug treatments. So, the DNA microarrays can be used for both genotyping and measuring mRNA levels. The potential of DNA microarrays considered to rapidly generate information necessary for the identification and validation of novel therapeutic targets. So, these microarrays can also be utilized in pharmacology and toxicology for identifying a new drug discovery or a novel molecule or therapeutic targets, means a new drug that can be used for curing or healing a particular disease is concerned. And the applications of these arrays are: DNA microarrays application is to study gene expression pattern, detection of SNPs, genetic diseases, cancer gene, and in comparative genomic hybridization. And the protein AB microarray, it is used to profile hundreds and native proteins simultaneously, and it can be also used for the antigen detection and to compare proteins in a variety of the biological sample. And chemical or small molecule microarrays to identify potential drug candidate from chemical libraries. Whereas the microfluidic cell culture array in stem cell research to study stem cell differentiation in different microenvironment. And the cellular microarrays are also used in high throughput compound screening and toxicological assays and cytotoxicity determination of various toxicants. So, in microarray in detection in cancer gene, genetic diseases of SNPs, once again it is the preparation of the normal and tumor cells are separated and normal cells are also separated. They are labeled with fluorescent dyes in RT-PCR or RT-PCR, then combine equal amounts, then these are hybridized probe to microarrays. Later they are scanned and the compared with the prepared microarray. This is about the detection of the cancer gene. Then microarrays in antigen detection to compare the protein in variety of biological samples. Microarrays with 500 pairs of unique monoclonal antibodies are there and array incubated with native proteins, then native antigen bound to antibodies on arrays. Once again, as usual, they are labeled, then capture antibody array surface, they are put on a particular slide and either they can be read by Western blot validation, ELISA validation, immunohistochemistry validation, and literature reference. Then coming to the microarrays in new drug discovery especially and also in toxicology, and these are emerging tools for high throughput screenings of drugs and chemicals in the recent days, allow simultaneous screening of large numbers of test samples, drug candidates in a single test, mainly data chips, especially the drugs or meta chip, and cellular microarrays are used in combination, especially the cDNA microarrays are also useful. The meta chip, what is a meta chip? Metabolizing enzyme toxicology as a chip. It is known as the meta chip, mimics the effects of metabolism in human liver on a single microscale chip. The drug candidates are added to this particular chip containing approximately 2000 combinations of enzymes used in human liver metabolism. For example, cytochrome, entire cytochrome P450 enzyme subtypes can be done. Then these are sandwiched with a slide of human organ cells in order to detect toxic reaction to the particular compound. Then when toxic reactions are detected, the toxic drug compounds are eliminated as potential candidates for further development as new pharmaceutical compounds. So this is about the flow chart of that particular sentence and chip technology for metabolism induced toxicity. So these mimic that occurs in human liver because it is metabolite synthesis and CYP 450 system, and here we have to have a P450 chip with the different sliders, and these need to be spotted with solution or drug or lead molecule and drug metabolite, and the inside this particular chamber they are contacted with the cells, or this is also known as stamping, and then incubations they are done they will be done with the incubation with the cells. Then these these cells are stained for viability, then later they are analyzed. Then here on the screen we can see that dead cells and live cells depending upon their color, like light green, and dead cells are correspondent to active compounds in the microarrays. Similarly, this is also a flow chart of drug discovery process. Here a success rate, and many times the new drug discovery evaluation till the FDA approval can be done with these particular microarrays. So the success rate will be very good if you use these microarrays, and there can be a lead discovery, then a assay development and chemical library can also be developed, and high throughput screening can be done. Biochemical and cellular assays can also be done by this microarray system. Then lead optimization in 5000, structure activity relationships, then the preclinical evaluation, especially the pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic studies, with also the toxicity and safety pharmacology, that's ADME, absorption, distribution, metabolism and elimination. And also the drug formulations can be done. Clinical development, that's the phase 3, phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. Later it's led to the then FDA approval. Finally FDA approval is there. Nearly 40% of the drug candidates fail in preclinical and clinical stage of the drug development due to the unanticipated drug metabolism and toxicity, and this takes about 15 years, and $1.7 billion per drug is required. Current high throughput screening has not effectively integrated drug discovery safety into the process of identifying high quality lead compounds. As a result, NIH and FDA indicated that new high throughput technologies are needed for drug candidate toxicity and human metabolism testing in early stages of drug development. Cellular microarray, it consists of solid support wherein small volumes of different biomolecules and cells can be displayed in defined locations of microvels. Cells can also be directly spotted into functionalized glass surfaces using robotic liquid dispensing devices, allow the multiplexed integration of living cells and the analysis of cellular responses. Example, the change in the phenotypic character of a particular thing. So here also another representation of this microarray technology is there. Here some of the alginates or cell spots are done, then microarray tip is used, then polystyrene that's the malic anhydride which is present on a glass slide, and later this alginate gel drop containing will be formed containing the particular cells. And this is how the preparations of the cell microarray it goes as. Cell micro in drug discovery toxification is similar. So here the drug is also combined with this particular microarray technology. So here the meta chip will be used for evaluating the toxicity of CYP450 generated metabolites. Scanning image of that data chips. Green dots represent the live cells here on the collagen gel drop. Then glass slide modified for robust attachment of the hemispherical collagen spots. cDNA or RNA microarray. Then RNA from two different cell populations. Here maybe a controlled rat or treated rat. Then liver cells from these rats treated with a drug from the untreated control is extracted, amplified, labeled with fluorescent probes, maybe the CYE3, CYP3 and CY5. The samples are then combined and hybridized with the microarray. Then fluorescent scanning for the measure of the relative abundance of the given transcript in the two RNA populations based on fluorescent intensity will be done. Then expression levels of the corresponding gene and upgraded genes are known as red dots here. The red dots, down-regulated genes are the green dots, and that are unchanged are the blue dot here. Thus, molecular responses to different agents will induce changes in the expression of many genes that are indicative of a general toxic responses, but a subset of genes expressed is predicted to be unique for a particular class of the compound, and treatment with unknown suspect agents may be used to determine whether one or more of the standard signature is elicited. This approach may identify certain compounds as potential carcinogens, toxicants, and will elucidate the agent's mechanism of action by identification for the activated signal transduction pathway. In addition to the common changes associated with the subsequent toxic responses, microarray technology can be used to categorize and classify many of the effects, and advances in genomics and combination chemistry are leading to discovery of new potential drugs, surrogate markers of efficacy and safety. So cDNA arrays can be used to detect toxic responses in target and non-target tissues in rodents and humans. The dose of the drug that maximizes the therapeutic index can potentially be determined, which will improve optimization of lead compound in development. By the use of cDNA microarrays, toxic or unanticipated responses may be determined in early clinical trial prior to overt tissue toxicity, providing a rapid, sensitive surrogate of the safety, which is essential for improved clinical trials. And microarrays may help to identify susceptible individuals who respond to a treatment who exhibit adverse effects to drugs. And potential uses of microarrays in toxicology. So this is used for extrapolate toxic effects of the toxicants from one species to another, and this can also be used as a biomarker for toxicant induced gene expression. And interactions of mixture of chemicals can also be done, effects of low dose expenses versus high dose exposures. Potential uses of the microarrays in toxicology define surrogate of the safety of the drugs in clinical trials. So, and also in case of environmental health science. Coming to the conclusions, the microarrays based analysis are very rapid and highly sensitive in nature. The miniaturization of the cell based assays promises to have a profound impact on high throughput screening of compounds by minimizing the consumption of reagents and cells, like in the regular what you call as experiments, lot of chemicals and glasswares and other materials are required. Whereas if you use the microarrays, we can drastically reduce these things, and these tools create more in vivo like cultures and more sensitive to detection of method. So otherwise the in vivo conditions, especially in vitro conditions, cannot mimic the in vivo, even though they are the screening things, whereas the microarrays may also act as the in vivo like cultures. And metachip can be enable the initial and high throughput analysis of metabolism induced toxicology to performed before significant resources are invested in the new drug discovery. Microarrays as a multidisciplinary approach also offers new opportunity for the design and control of stem cells, especially in tissue engineering and their use in drug discovery in pharmaceutical industries. The application of cDNA microarrays analysis to field of the toxicology, carcinogen identification and drug safety provides an opportunity to change and improve the way of environmental factors and therapeutics are currently investigated. So apart from this one, the cDNA microarrays can be used to identify the new environmental carcinogens and toxic effects of the drug to improve the current testing models and also to understand the mechanism of action of these agents. And defining the mechanism of action of toxic agents can greatly assist in species extrapolation and risk assessment, which is very much needed in the toxicology. Microarray determines the new genes or targets involved in the environmentally caused diseases, including cancer and diseases of immune, nervous, pulmonary, respiratory systems. Yes, this is the end of the particular topic microarrays, and thank you very much for patient